Hey friends, so today I'm going to be talking about why I decided to pursue music and why I decided to actually go ahead and try to get a degree in music composition, and hopefully that by sharing my story it can help inform you if you're trying to make the same decision. So this is a very unscripted video. I don't really know what I'm going to talk about, to be completely honest, but I'm just going to kind of walk you through my story so far, and I hope you learn a lot of valuable lessons along the way. So deciding to do music was something very late in my high school career. It was about my senior year. I decided that music is actually a really cool thing, so I want to potentially pursue it in college. But I was originally going to be doing computer science or even like game design. So I was actively pursuing that at the same time, and I've always been doing music for my entire life, really. I've been playing piano and things like that, and I started composing during high school, just like making arrangements for my marching band and little things for my friends, just composing little tunes. And then I eventually started writing my own music, and for a large ensemble like concert band, using MuseScore and stuff like that, just free software that I just had a lot of fun with. And I thought this was really fun, so I wanted to actually go ahead and continue doing this professionally one day. I actually started looking for schools really late in my career, in high school. This is senior year again, and I looked at and applied to some local schools in the Chicago area, which is where I'm from, and I also had some reach schools, the main one being Boston Conservatory at Berklee. It's now associated, and they're like fused together with the famous Berklee School of Music, and that was my reach school because they had a good composition program. And it's kind of a bragging point if you're able to get in and go there. So long story short, I actually got accepted to that one, which was amazing, but I eventually decided not to go. I talked about that in my video linked up here if you want to know why I didn't apply to Berklee, but I actually ended up going to an in-state school because money is a thing, and I don't have a lot of money to spend on getting a music degree. So I decided to go to a state school in Peoria called Bradley University, and it's not known for having a fantastic music school. Just if you look at top 10 conservatories or music schools, which it's not. It's just a regular 4-year private school, but it has a really amazing music composition professor and great faculty, and students are amazing, and I made a lot of friends there, so I'm really happy. But yeah, deciding to go to music school was just something that was really, I was kind of throwing myself into the deep end because I didn't really know what to expect. There are a lot of things that I looked at. One of the main things I wanted to do was to get my pieces performed, because it's really hard to get that to happen outside of music school when you're first starting out. It's hard to actually get real players to perform your music, and that is the number one thing to do to actually improve. Another thing I kind of wanted to get out of music school was trying to become a better musician in general, and just meeting new people. In my high school, it was really small, and there weren't really many amazing musicians that really pushed me to be a better one. So by deciding to actually pursue music, I was hoping to actually meet other people who pushed me to be a lot better and to be a better musician in general and composer, because I could give them my music to play for fun, and I can get a lot of feedback, and just these performance opportunities, and just networking and growing was something I really wanted to get out of going to music school. And I kind of firmly believe that it doesn't really matter what school you go to. You learn music theory in every single music program pretty much the same way. There's not really any hidden or secret things you learn at a top school. So that's just kind of a big misconception that a lot of people get. They want to get into the top conservatories and music schools and music programs because they think that they'll become a better composer or learn theory or things a lot better than they would at a normal in-state school or state college. But that's just not true. They teach you the same exact thing, but the thing you're paying for is the name brand of whatever institution you're going to, and just some of the professors and people that actually work there. And that is really nice, and it's nice to be able to network. It's nice to have connections with a lot of famous and well-known musicians, but you don't learn music differently than those people do. So after I got accepted into my new school, what did I expect going into it? I actually didn't know what to expect when I first went to school that first week last year. I knew that there were weekly composition lessons with my teacher that teaches all the composition here at the school, and I knew I had music theory classes, ear training, and eventually music history, which I have, the second year. But the composition lessons each week, how does that work? So basically what you do is you meet with your teacher one-on-one. First, it started virtually because of COVID last year, but eventually they were in person, and you show your teacher what you worked on that week, and they give you feedback and things to listen to kind of get ideas, and just really important tailored advice and feedback that you need to become a better composer. So that has been really fun to do every single week. It can be a lot of work because at least for me, my teacher expects a lot from me, so I gotta make sure I deliver each week, so I'm constantly writing. And on top of that, at least at this school, I also have to take applied piano lessons, or whatever your primary instrument is, so that's another 2 hours a day of practicing. And I have to do weekly piano lessons too, which it's fun, but it can be kind of boring because I'm not really much of a performer, but I think it builds a lot of useful musical skills as well. And on top of doing all my schoolwork, which has been fine, I've been getting good grades at least for now, because I might want to go to a graduate school later, but we'll talk about that another day, I've been doing a lot of personal development things and applying to different programs and competitions outside of school, which is something that not a lot of people do when they're in my position, I guess, as a student composer. A lot of the times they just kind of focus on their schoolwork and worry about juries and their lessons and just getting to the next semester, but you also have to think about yourself as a working professional while you're in college, so building your personal brand, applying to programs and festivals, and going to conferences and clinics and all these things. It's also equally as important because when you get out of school, what are you going to do? It's, there's not a lot of job security for composing and other music degrees unless you teach. So you have to make sure you can financially support yourself outside of when you graduate from school, and you have a plan and ways to get income so you don't live under a highway. So I'm currently in my sophomore year. I'm about to start the next semester, and it's a 4-year program. So after that, who knows what's going to happen. But I'm very excited to see how things are gonna work out. I have a lot of amazing things to look forward to this semester. In specific, I'm traveling in about 2 weeks to go to Alabama for their all-state orchestra clinic because I won a competition, and I'm gonna have a premiere of my piece there, so I'll be able to meet some of the performers in that, and that's gonna be really fun. So first time I'm ever flying out for one of my premieres, which is really fun. And then in a week or so, I'm going to be presenting at the Illinois Music Education Conference in Peoria, which is actually where I go to school, and I'll be doing a presentation to some all-state composition students, so that is really cool as well. And I think that's all I have planned for now. I'll continue applying to other opportunities, and hopefully I can travel more and meet new people and things like that. But if you have any questions about what I talked about or the composition route or journey, then leave them down below. I'll do my best to answer it, and I'm sure our helpful community members can also pitch in with their ideas. If you want to know some of the top tips I have for beginning composers, check that video out here. It's very useful, I think, those essential skills that you need to get started. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful January and New Year's, and have a great day. Thanks for watching.